Good evening, Wandavisioners. Or good morning, sorry. So it is 4:25 in the morning right now, and I got done watching Wandavision about a half hour ago, but obviously I had to, take some notes, rewatch it basically again, and give you guys a really good in-depth, quick summary of what's happening and how I feel. So my emotions regarding WandaVision right now is, um, I loved it, great payoff, great episode. The only thing that's hitting me right now is I fed into the freaking every single spoiler. I fed into every single theory, and I was disappointed to an extent because of the theories. And on my Instagram, like I kept posting it's either the mutants or we riot. Like I was actually really pissed off. So but after rewatching it, I am happy because I mean all this really means is that the multiverse of madness is even going to be greater than what we've expected. Now we did not get Doctor Strange in this episode. I really wanted Doctor Strange to be honest, but we did not get Doctor Strange, and it's okay because we will be seeing him in the next, obviously in Spider-Man and the Multiverse of Madness. Um, but we did get some good end credit scenes that make some sense of to how this is going to happen, how this is kind of all going to come to fruition. The only thing that doesn't make sense to me is Doctor Strange is the protector of all reality, and reality is being warped in this whole series, and Doctor Strange just doesn't pop up. That kind of doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't. But obviously, I trust Kevin Feige, the Suge Knight of the MCU, the Godfather. Well, not really the Godfather, the father of the MCU. So, but yeah, I rate this episode a 10 out of 10. This is probably this probably is the one, probably is the best episode, and not even because it's the last one, because of the payoff. This is probably the best episode, and because of what's happened. So let's get right into it. So first things first, we go right into it going crazy. So Agatha was basically absorbing Wanda's power, because obviously we saw in the last episode, episode 8, that she can absorb the power of the witches. That's how she became so powerful, and that's how she lived for so long. Um, so that ends up happening, and then very quickly White Vision pops up, and he basically says Wanda starts like squeezing her head and all this crazy stuff, and then the regular Vision comes out, and then they start battling. Um, and then so apparently, and by the way, I'm gonna try to go in order, but I'm pretty sure all of it isn't in order. So apparently, Fietro is a guy named Ralph Boner. Now, this is the first thing that pissed me off, okay? Because you bring in the actor that played Quicksilver in the X-Men, right? And you also give him super speed. So now we all think, and he said his name was Pietro. So now we all expected it to be freaking, Evan Peters is Quicksilver, but that did not end up happening. Which it gives me mixed signals, because like now the question poses: are we ever going to get Quicksilver in the MCU, or are we just going to chalk it because of the fact that he ended up dying in Age of Ultron? Are we ever going to see that? So, but apparently his name is Ralph Boner, and I don't know. And so apparently, in Monica, and he was sorry, and Monica Rambo was being trapped there, and every time she tried to escape, Quicksilver would speed up and hit her, and she'll go flying back and all this crap. So we saw how she was being kept away, and so um apparently the necklace on Fietro, aka Ralph Boner's neck, um is how Agatha was controlling him. Now I'm not sure if he still has super speed after that. I don't know if the necklace gave him super speed. That's where we can determine, because what if his memory is still wiped to be Ralph Boner? You know what I mean? Like, what if it is Quicksilver from the X-Men, but for some reason his name is just Ralph? I don't know. I'm still trying to figure that out. So there's still some questions there, but most likely this is just a one-off character. So then, as I said, we get regular Vision versus White Vision, a beautiful battle scene that's going on, and while that's happening, obviously Wanda and Agatha Harkness, they're going at it pretty hard. Um, and so, and by the way, I'm kind of speaking through this because I'm kind of speaking through this because I'm going to be posting a really deeper, in depth episode about this. But what ends up happening is, so White Vision, the regular Vision, technically are battling, and Vision actually ends up reasoning with the White Vision that you're fighting me, but I'm not the real Vision. I'm just I'm just a figment of Wanda's imagination. But it's actually a trick for Vision to basically implant his software system, or whoever he is, inside of the White Vision, so White Vision can become Vision. And that's what ends up happening. He ends up implanting the memories of Vision into White Vision, or unlocking those memories. And then White Vision ends up flying away. We don't know where he's going. I think he's just going to all the places where the memories happened. That's what I believe is happening. So, basically, what's happening is, obviously Wanda's kids, they all meet up. They have an Incredibles moment. Wanda's kids are, Wanda's boys are fighting, or taking care of the FBI and Hayward sword agents, or Harry sword agents. So, Tommy, let's just say with Wicked and Speed. So Speed ends up taking all the guns from the sword agents. It was funny. And then Hayward comes out, tries to shoot the kids. Like, what the heck, dude? Trying to shoot the kids. And Monica jumps in front, stops all the bullets where the parts. The bullet's face kind of threw her and drop. And one of the bullets almost hit Wiccan, but he uses his magic to stop it. So that's pretty freaking awesome. And then Hayward tries to drive away, and guess who he gets hit by? Darcy, which is really hilarious. Now Wanda is facing off against Agnes still. Against Agatha still. And so Agatha has basically been trying to tell Wanda this whole time that she can't control her power, and that Wanda needs to give her power, and that's why she was trying to drain her power. And she was trying to use the whole idea of, if you give me your magic, this will stop. And because basically, Agatha turned off everyone's mind to become normal. I don't think it was normal. I really think she made them like angry. I don't know if it's real. I don't know if it was real, but she changed their minds to normal. It seems like, and they were all like coming at Wanda saying like, we don't know this, we don't know that, and Wanda actually ends up choking them on accident, which makes Agatha even go on to say like, you can't control your powers. Give me your power. Give me power. Give me your power. And so then Wanda and them start fighting. Wanda tries to get her into her mind, right? So Wanda gets in her head trying to scare her with the dead witches that killed her, but the dead witches actually end up turning on Wanda, because I'm pretty sure what's happening is Agatha has some of Wanda's power, so now she can change some of the reality that Wanda was trying to make Agatha experience. And so what ends up happening is Wanda ends up bringing them back to the regular Hex, the reality. And Wanda says, "All right, you want my power? I want to give it to you." So Wanda is shooting hex beam, not hex beams. Her obviously power sent her beams. Her she was shooting at she was shooting her power at Agatha, right? And Agatha's getting the power, obviously. But if you guys look, she hits the hex walls. And I looked at it, I said, yo, she's hitting the hex walls. And the reason why she's hitting the hex walls is because she was using the spell that Agatha used on her when she was in the basement, when Agatha first called her out. Because the spell is that if you cast like the certain spell, you can't use magic except the person that casts a spell if you're a witch. So Wanda basically played her. She tried to give her power, but but since the spell happened, it took all the magic away from Agatha, and Wanda got her magic back. Then Wanda absorbs the magic from Agatha, and we end up seeing the actual scene where Wanda pops up in the Soul Stone, and Wanda comes out like this. We actually end up seeing that, where Wanda actually absorbs all of Agatha's power and magic and ends up becoming the Scarlet Witch, the most powerful being in the universe, in my opinion. One of the most powerful beings in the universe. And um basically, and obviously, just to put out there, we end up seeing the Darkhold again, because Agatha has been studying about the Scarlet Witch through the Darkhold. And as I said, we get Wanda's costume, and Wanda brings her down, and she puts Agatha in my opinion, eternal agony. Basically, she herself is hexed forever. And I don't think she vanished like when everyone else did in the end. I think that she's just stuck in some house, just doing the same crap over and over in eternal agony. And Wanda and Vision spend her last night with her kids. Her kids fade away. Vision fades away. Everything ends up turning back to normal. Wanda ends up talking to Monica, apologizing to Monica. Monica saying that she understands. Then Monica gets taken in a theater by obviously a scroll. And apparently, since I'm not an idiot, obviously Nick Fury wants her up in space now. And Wanda ends up leaving, flying away. We get to see the hood. It was pretty dope. And so now she's in the mountains, and there was a animation of her just getting tea and living her life, it looks like. But if you go inside the room, Wanda's actually studying the Darkhold, and you hear her kids calling out. Now, well, how can we hear her kids calling out if it was a figment of her imagination? I think these kids are stuck somewhere in the multiverse. I still think these kids are somehow in fact real. But we're gonna find that out. I'm guessing in Doctor Strange's Multiverse of Madness, we can get some more information. Now, thank you guys for watching. Now, as I said, I love this episode, but I was expecting a little bit more, but at the same time, the payoff was great. And the director of the episode basically said that, like, you guys really build up these theories, so you were bound. I was bound to be disappointed because I wanted mutants. I'll be honest. I feel like this. I still feel like this was the greatest time to introduce mutants, and we didn't get to do that. But the bright side is that the future is bright. The future is bright. And Doctor Strange, I'm guessing that's gonna be where we'll see everyone. And another thing that I'm just shocked that we didn't see Doctor Strange this episode. I'm shocked, but I see why they didn't at the same time. So even though we didn't get what we theorized so hard for, I was still satisfied. And Kevin Feige, thank you for the Kevin Feige is the ultimate troll. But we also gotta remember, WandaVision wasn't supposed to come out first. It was supposed to be Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So um maybe this is just an idea or a theory. The plan is for them to do something with mutants in the Falcon and Winter Soldier. I don't know. Weapon X. So we'll see how that turns out. But thank you guys for listening. I will be posting a more in-depth scene-by-scene analysis. I mean, from the WandaVision episode. But this is just a quick summary just to get out to you guys so you guys get my opinions. And if you have trouble understanding what's happening, just to get a quick, summary. So thank you guys for watching and listening. This is the last episode. So my sleep schedule will be back for a week, and then we'll be back to freaking with Falcon and the Winter Soldier and the Snyder Cut coming out March 18th. So thank you guys for watching and listening. Have a wonderful day. RIP Chadwick Boseman. WandaVision is lit. Boo boo. Happy Friday.